Build Picking Club and 7 official gaming firm.
Seventh stage with one goal to win it all. He knows exactly how to actually get the most out of even a bullying situation here. And again, for Selangor Red Giants, they lost out on those kills early. They lost out on the early turtle, or the second turtle earlier. They're still able to get that gold lead to go down for Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, I think that my big worry, though, for Aurora Gaming here, is, you know, Sekai's 2-0-0, and a YSS unchecked is a YSS that's going to check you soon at this point. Once he gets those items in, we know the damage he can do. And if SRG can get to that point, which, I mean, the gold lead is practically nothing for Aurora Gaming at the time. It's still a very much tie game, even with the extra kills that Aurora Gaming has gotten. I'm wondering when that pop-off point happens for SRG.
It should be around now. The mid-game's definitely what Selangor Red Giants are looking for. In terms of the power spike, Pagu's going to go in, Yums as well. They're holding this angle, and really, for SRG, again, it's all about the poke. It's all about the threat of Innocent on this export. Can he build enough stacks as they go for Turtle 3?
Watch for Tienzi in that top bush. Going to try to look for an angle, look for a steal. Pagu also looking for the taunt. Innocent waiting for the dive in. Sekai's wants to enter the battle as well. Here comes the Tsunami Slam. AOT able to connect to all the members. Tienzi able to take the turtle.
Luna's going to go down now. Oh, big last insanity. Actually, doesn't land on anyone. Yums!
That's big. Sigaboom gets killed in the back. right side, we're seeing more damage. Stormy able to almost pick up one, but he doesn't get it. Sekai's, though, finds one of his own as TNZ makes the trade. Pagu finds Innocent, and members of SRG are falling. Rosa and Pagu just need to get away, but Cram doesn't want to let that happen.
Yeah, wants to go and chase Rosa all the way. Does not want to give him tempo. And look at what Cram is doing for Skies right now. He's able to push everybody back so that Skies can rotate straight to top side, where he can actually convert on this winning team fight. It was actually not a winning team fight, actually. In a way, they won out because they were able to secure the structure, because they were able to stop the capitalization from Aurora Gaming. But it was Aurora who got the man advantage. They took Innocent down to the mid lane. There were trades all around. They got the turtle too. But it's all about the structures at the end of the day. If we have a technical match like this.
And if you get those big neutral objectives, can you convert them into structures? Can you convert them into towers? And that's where Aurora Gaming is falling short right now.
Aurora Gaming are also falling short of making Skies TNZ's boy right now. He's not a little good boy right now. He's nobody's boy. He's a man.
He's his own boy.
He's his own boy. He's getting to be a man as we get into the late game, man. He can really start to be independent. Oh, hold on. No way he goes for the Tsunami Slam. Yeah, on to Pagu. But Skies was ready for it, dude. He popped Mountain Shocker right as Humes jumped in. So they got to be real careful about that. Once we get to the later stage of the game, you use that. That's a big part of his kit, especially against Aurora Gaming's ambush, I would say. They have a lot of assassination threat, Innocent.
Fancy's hunting. SRG as well. Humes able to get the grab. Tsunami Slam, and Sekai's gonna eat that TNT quickly. Pagu now on the run as well. He shouldn't have got involved, but the heal does come in. Siggy Boom here to back him up as Lunar tries to get Cram away from Rosa here. But Innocent doesn't let Pagu get away. He goes down. SRG got what they came for. They find two members, and they back up, but on the top side, Siggy Boom as well. Up against Innocent. Are they going to re-engage?
Last one down already. Innocent going to be taken out by Siggy Boom. And now it's Cram who chases, but the Lord is being taken by SRG.
Look at the damage from Siggy Boom onto Cram right now. It might just be enough, but Cram is relentless. Down at the Lord, though, there's a fight going down. Stormy able to get the shutdown onto Rosa. Sekai's takes the Lord off Cam, and Cram picks up Siggy Boom just to put a bow on Siggy Boom onto Cram right now. It might just be enough, but Cram is relentless. Down at the
Siggy Boom, and now it's Cram who chases, but the Lord is being taken by SRG.
Look at the damage from Siggy Boom onto Cram right now. It might just be enough, but Cram is relentless. Down at the Lord, though, there's a fight going down. Stormy able to get the shutdown onto Rosa. Sekai's takes the Lord off Cam, and Cram picks up Siggy Boom just to put a bow on the box. Lunar falls as well, and just when we were counting SRG out, they take the game into their hands.
It's all about team fighting at the end of the day if you're Selangor Red Giants. Yes, they've been dominant. They've been showing how they can tackle games just through taking the macro, having those advantages. But at the end of the day, it's still the same SRG that won MSC 2024. It's an SRG where you really just rely on those crazy team fights to get back at a game if you're losing. And Cram, he's loving this chaos. Pagu's going to try to flank him, but he doesn't care, yo.
I mean, in that whole last fight, SRG did such a good job at splitting Aurora up. Yep. I feel like they were planning to take that Lord from the very beginning of that pickup on top side. Now SRG looking to try to come on to this tier 3 in the mid lane. Lord coming down the bottom.
That's the thing about Aurora Gaming's composition. They look like they're built for the early game into the mid game. They have to start to group up. Meanwhile, for Selangor Red Giants, they're fine playing in the side lanes. They still have these very, very strong side laners who can really go for these 1v1s and win it out. Unfortunately for Innocent, the last insanity got flickered out of, right? That was just the whole problem there. Siggy Boom was able to get the kill, but Cram stopped him from rotating over. And now it's Pagu.
Pagu tries to go in. Whoa. Big Sun comes down. Lunar able to find Sekai. This is huge for Aurora Gaming. Siggy Boom in the midst of things.
He's still there. Last insanity coming down. Now Siggy Boom actually still able to turn things around. AOG!
AOG connects. Well, just misses. Cram now back against the tower. Aurora Gaming trying to push down the mid side. Lunar keeping Cram at bay as the rest of the team follow behind. And look at the grab. Look at the run. Stormy falls. TNT gets the kill. There's 2 members left for SRG.
In a way, it's still the SRG from MSC 2024, you know? They take those risks, and a lot of times it pays off, but when it doesn't, oh man, It really hurts. And just like in MSC 2024, Aurora Gaming are punishing that. They're going for these team fights, and they finally understood we need to group up. We cannot let Selangor Red Giants split us up the way they did during that Lord take. It's really all about getting those proper sets. And yeah, this is the problem about having a Valentina in the mid lane as opposed to in the matchup purely against the Sora. Because Stormy isn't building tank, he's building Lightning Truncheon and the Bloodwings here. He's still such a squishy boy, so when he goes in, it's either everybody follows up, they get the win, or he goes in and he gets insta-deleted by Aurora Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, wait a second. I mean, Cram is the menace right now. I feel like Cram is really the thing keeping SRG heavily in this game. SRG looking for a target that his side did not fully commit. I think it's a safe bet.
Back to level. 600 gold lead for Selangor Red Giants at this point of the game. It really is insignificant. What's going to be significant, though, is the structural advantage that Selangor Red Giants have been able to get. This bottom lane is big for them, dude. They still have a tier 3 up top, or tier 3 down below. Up top, I have no idea.
And with Cram up in the top side, it is going to be hard for Aurora Gaming to try to contest this Lord. SRG going to be able to control the macro. Look at the wave already coming in. Aurora Gaming either has to fully commit to a fight or just give it over at this point.
Look at this dirty Cram Uranus, man. Constantly flanking, constantly just being a nuisance, forcing Aurora to split. And again, for Selangor Red Giants, after that fight, they know what to do. They need to split them up, and look at Skies already. A 4 HP on the Lord.
TNZ flickers back with the trick. Big stun comes in on the mobile members. What? SRG and TNZ steals the Lord.
Ready. Man, constantly flanking, constantly just being a nuisance, forcing Aurora to split. And again, for Selangor Red Giants, after that fight, they know what to do. They need to split them up, and look at Skies already. A 4 HP on the Lord.
TNZ flickers back with the trick. Big stun comes in on the mobile members. What? SRG and TNZ steals the Lord right out of their fingers. Siggy Boom gets the kill as well as Aurora Gaming collapse.
Skies able to trace this away. Lunar goes in, and Rosa picks up the kill.
The Thorn Queen is back, looking for target. It's nothing but Cram, Stormy, and Innocent against the Lord in a full push as AOG does not connect, but SRG are still against the ropes.
TNZ wasn't able to bully Skies in the early game despite being on an assassin. We were going to say that it was going to be a problem, but TNZ showing up here, stealing away the Lord just like he steals away lunch money from Skies. Innocent, he's going to have to go with Last Insanity.
Oh, that might have been a bad Last Insanity. Will be able to just get away the deadly magic. Did not pack enough of a punch. Now Cram harassing Rosa. Rosa doesn't have the flicker. Did have the flicker. Still goes down. What? He's dead. He's dead. Cram wants more. He's looking for more. Exactly. TNZ. Magic. Insanity. Oh, that might have been a bad Last Insanity. Will be able to just get away the deadly magic. Did not pack enough of a punch. Now Cram harassing Rosa. Rosa doesn't have the flicker. Did have the flicker. Still goes down. What? He's dead. He's dead. Cram wants more. He's looking for more. Exactly. TNZ tries to use a hat trick. Wants to reconnect, but here comes Humes. Flicker's wrong and unable to connect to TNZ, but Poppy doesn't get caught. Set guys joining the fight now. Gets a stun and AOG to safety. Aurora Gaming forced to back off the back and forth right now.
No base turrets taken just yet. Wait, did the turret just fall up top? Lord knows. Lord knows. Lord knows, folks.
Only Lord knows.
Only Lord. Right
no turret fell up top. They are still all standing strong. 3 inhibitors for each team.
All right. Aurora Gaming. Cast Pass Polder already for Pagu there. Dominus Ice with the Radiant Armor as well. Taking a look at the itemization here for Rosa. Lightning Crunch, the Glowing Wand, and the Divine Glaive. Yeah, no survivability at all. That's why Cram could just walk through the front line and actually just get to Rosa. So that's going to be the problem as we get into the next few fights, right? Selangor Red Giants will now understand that. The thing is, though, as the panel was already saying, Innocent on this Xborg is great, when he can actually get the stacks down. But if his Faraga armor gets taken out so early in the fight, and with Aurora Gaming having that poke with the Zetian, having that all-in with the Sora, it gets really tough for you to keep your Faraga armor up.
Not just that, but when you think of Innocent, you think of the half-man, half-beast, you think of the damage dealer, you think of the person that can turn a game around when you're in these positions back against the wall. And I don't think the X-Borg is capable of doing that. At this point, it all comes down to Stormy and Sekai's to secure those kills for the team.
Now it's all about game position. Lunar pops in the curtain call already. Try to get some poke down. It's all about playing in the bottom lane. They don't have base turrets, like we said earlier, folks. So it's all going to be the control over the side lane. For Aurora Gaming, it's all about sending someone down below right before the Lord spawn so that they can actually continue to push in or at least stop the shove from coming in from Cram. SRG have the advantage every single time when it comes to the full Lord dance, just because the Uranus is able to play around the bottom lane so easily. So for Aurora Gaming, this is going to be a big blow. Look at Lunar. He's stuck down below, constantly having to deal with the Uranus. And there's no one else you can send. You need Sigiboom to be around this Lord fight. You need, obviously, Harley to rotate around. And they can't even look for a pick-off on Cram. I really don't think they have enough damage. If Cram has Flicker and Consecration off, both those two are burned down, then sure, maybe they could go maybe. But then it would just give Selangor Red Giants the green light to be like, all right, let's rush the Lord.
At this point, Aurora Gaming has to just kind of get the full team wipe and ignore Cram at this point. You know, get the Lord, get the steal, do something, because Cram is always going to be there. Yeah. He's going to be a nuisance to them. They have to play around it. We're looking at about 17 and a half minutes into this game. Aurora Gaming holding a small lead, but we're about to get to the standstill. Full item builds. Cram, though, they do. Consecration comes out. Cram uses the flicker as well, but they're trying to lock on. Up on the Lord. No play happening. Cram finally falls. Sigiboom able to get the kill. Is this the time for Aurora Gaming to make a play into the Lord?
I think it's too late. Selangor Red Giants actually had no control there while Cram was pushing in the bottom lane. An uncharacteristic miscomm coming in. Stormy, oh my god, look at the damage. The deadly magic of Rosa. Still takes the kill. Black and Santa defensively. Yuke's going to be caught as well. He's going to be taken down despite going for the Tsunami Slam. Aurora Gaming. They've taken 4 members of Selangor Red Giants out, and they are knocking on the base. It's nothing but Innocent left, and it's time to put the... While Cram was pushing in the bottom lane. An uncharacteristic miscomm coming in. Stormy, oh my... No play happening. Cram finally... Full item build game. Aurora Gaming holding a small lead, but we're about to get to the standstill. Full item builds. Cram, though, they do. Consecration comes out. Cram uses the flicker as well, but they're trying to lock on. Up on the Lord. No play happening. Cram finally falls. Sigiboom able to get the kill. Is this the time for Aurora Gaming to make a play into the Lord? I think it's too late. Selangor Red Giants actually had no control there while Cram was pushing in the bottom lane. An uncharacteristic miscomm coming in. Stormy, oh my god, look at the damage. The deadly magic of Rosa. Still takes the kill. Black and Santa defensively. Yuke's going to be caught as well. He's going to be taken down despite going for the Tsunami Slam. Aurora Gaming. They've taken 4 members of Selangor Red Giants out, and they are knocking on the base. It's nothing but Innocent left, and it's time to put the beast down. They got a minion. Aurora Gaming are trying to finish this. Immortality does pop. Innocent still trying to hold it off. Immortality pops for Innocent. Aurora Gaming just need to lock on the base, and game number 1 is finished. The upset happens, and Aurora Gaming takes the first game. Ladies and gentlemen, we were coming into this matchup talking about a possible Fire Flux versus SRG and MSC 24. And I think we got what we wanted plus more. Aurora Gaming outclassed SRG in game number 1. It wasn't just a draft. It wasn't just how they played the early game. It was the thing we were talking about mid or pre-game. Swiss stage, they were struggling. After getting leads, they would just fail to capitalize, to close games out. They found a way to stay clutch. TNZ on a Harley. Is that fan-worthy or not?
I mean, I don't know. Aurora Gaming on a Harley. Harley in the top 8 of M Series. It wasn't on my bingo card, especially them winning.
Hey.
Surprise is ready for you. There's a surprise to start off the day. Aurora takes game number 1. And I gotta say, I don't know if that was SRG looking like SRG or SRG in their least SRG version this M7, but I like what I saw from Aurora Turkey.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
It wasn't non-SRG though. I mean, there's a couple of ways we can explain it, but the easiest way we can is Aurora. They did a lot of homework. They did good homework in a matter of fact. Two of the most important picks that we see from SRG's side that has been not only dominating but causing a lot of ruckus amongst the draft has been that CC alongside with the Sora, and I think they answered it perfectly, but they also put their own spices and spin on it too. Yep, of course the little garnish of the Harley was great, especially as an answer to that X-Borg. Aurora Gaming Turkey really used the red side advantage. And you'll see that the reason why I'm saying it's not a non-SRG match is because they still played strong for a majority of that, relatively quick game. And in terms of M7 matches, it's fast for me. It was SRG who was in control, except for 2 or 3 big swings, where suddenly our caster's jaws just dropped like, what is going on? What is this? Turkey wins.
Which then begs the question, who should be the player of the game here? Is it Tianzi with how well he played this Harley? Is it Rosa with how well... Rosa just did a lot of things for the team too, to be honest. A lot of the vision, a lot of the key crowd control. If you could pick, who's your player of the game?
Pagu, easily, because I think Pagu sets the floor for the team. Nobody does as badly as the way that Pagu is able to kind of keep it together. Every single time somebody makes a micro mistake, Pagu is there to compensate for the mistake. But on those winning moments, Pagu is the trigger man who sends them skyrocketing into double, triple kills every single time they do capitalize on a fight. I'd say it's Rosa. Rosa is the heart of the effort that they showed here in game 1. So he wouldn't be able to do what without that control and that vision that the Zetian provides. The combo with Gatot on Pagu wouldn't be possible without the stun and the ability that the Zetian brings. So I think really just the way Rosa shot called, the way we know that they do that alone. There's a reason why when we were first introduced to Aurora Gaming in this very stadium years ago, that's why it's Rosa who's stuck in our minds. I think they are the player of the game.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaning towards the Zetian too. You saw Pagu did have some crucial Avatar of Guardians come in. The impact of the Zetian was different. Usually Zetian is one of those heroes. When I see this kind of lineup, I'm thinking that's not going to have a good time. But then Rosa starts off the game getting the first blood. And when you're a Zetian, that's what you're looking for, funnily enough. The most utility mage that you can think of right now in the meta actually wants to get kills, actually wants to get resources, because then it becomes this double-edged sword, but both sides are really good. One that hurts and one that provides a lot of utility.
But here's the thing, right? When we're looking back at the draft, I would say that that 0.7 counter index really just belonged to how they decided to not only take away the core picks, flexible picks, but also made sure that SRG for some reason decided to go Rule 3, I'm going to go Uranus on this. And now you've really streamlined what your comp needed to be. I play to this. This could have been a different showing for about 85%. That could have worked, right? The economy, easy to read, especially when it was such a high intensity, high action game. But looking at it from a view, again, I have time to dissect things. Our casters were so busy calling the action. It didn't matter how big the gold lead was, yes, but what mattered was where the gold actually was. So that's why I'm saying this wasn't so bad for SRGs, because a good chunk of the money was actually where it mattered. It was on Innocent and it was on Sekais. Until it wasn't. Until they found Sekais considerably more often, and that's where the problem was. I think they really needed to do better to protect the Sky Prince.
So let's see who the MVP is, and it is going to be the Zetian of Rosa. In the hands of many players, Zetian is just another hero. In the hands of the Thorn Queen, it is the Empress that Zetian is made out to be in the lore of in-game MLB. fire, absolute fire from Rosa. Rosa was everywhere. You felt the impact all throughout. But what I appreciated about Aurora's gameplay is that it wasn't so just focused on the fact that let's play around the Zetien, let's play around our jungler, our Harley. No, all across the board, every member
item builds. Cram though, they do. Consecration comes out. Cram uses the flicker as well, but they're trying to lock on. Up on the Lord. No play happening. Cram finally falls. Biggie Boom able to get the kill. Is this that time?
of Aurora knew what they needed to do at the right time. Was it always clean? No, but it worked out at the end.
I think this is the greatest example of what technical boxing should look like, right? Because these guys are bobbing and weaving important matters, dancing when it is necessary, but most importantly, they're not throwing their haymakers just for information. A lot of the time, because both compositions have global ultimates, whether it be the Fury of the Phoenix, whether it be the Mountain Shocker, more Mountain Shockers were wasted compared to the Fury of the Phoenix. And if we have to do it per capita, I would say 80% more effective ults were coming out of Rosa than Sakai's.
And this comes into play considering the draft. Again, Mount Shockers, I'll agree with you. Some of them are wasted because some of them were just really used to see, all right, can they kill us? No, we farm, we go. But every single Fury of the Phoenix led to something. Every single one was always, all right, can we go around? Can we farm? Can we stop Sakai's from turning Tienzi into his boy? Then sure. But I love how the damage currently from... Again, I don't know how they got away with this. The split between the physical and the magic and the burst and the DPS for Aurora worked out. So I guess this is one of the ways you can balance out Red Side, because Red Side has been losing plenty in the Swiss and the knockouts. Oh, there I am.
Yeah, I'm sure Red Mark can break it down for us.
Yeah, no. We can continue the points on here. So when it came to how Aurora was playing, there you go, there, join in. When it came to how Aurora was playing, I think they also acknowledged the fact that this Uranus of Cram, we have nothing for it. The last kill on Cram was a total team effort. 3 of us committing everything just to take this Uranus down. But then they said, okay, there's the other school of thought of dealing with the Uranus. Just ignore it. If you're a lot of fighters, if you have so many mobile heroes that can dive, reposition, you don't have to worry because there's not a formation that the Uranus is trying to break. It's the rest of the team that now has to worry. While Cram, stuck with just dancing around dealing damage, is lacking that crowd control. And the thing that Trex mentioned earlier was that the hero for Innocent, what they needed, they couldn't get it. It wasn't... They couldn't be like...
Cram. That was Cram.
Like this. He was at some points, but then eventually he would be... Where's the crying emoji that we have? The what? The crying? Here.
It's
crying
somewhere.
one.
It's somewhere.
Yeah. All in the end, it was Aurora like this. It all worked out.
It all worked out, but I think that SRG definitely was a little rattled when Aurora's good preparation really compromised them on that blue side. They can't go with the same plans, and now that SRG have seen that Aurora are willing to get hyper technical with them, I think the draft is going to change drastically coming into the next game. Assuming that SRG gets blue side, I would like to see adjustments, but if it does go to that red side in a best of 5 series, that's where we're going to see a new face.
Gideon, that's the fear I have. If SRG overthink this and overcook their draft, that's where Aurora's going to catch them lacking. You mentioned technical boxing. You mentioned doing the right things for the most part. If you look at Aurora, you can see that
item builds. Cram though, they do. Consecration comes out. Cram uses the flicker as well, but they're trying to lock on. Up on the Lord. No play happening. Cram finally falls. Biggie Boom able to get the kill. Is this that time for Aurora Gaming to make a plan of the Lord.
I think it's too late. Selangor Red Giants actually had no control there while Cram was pushing the bottom lane. An uncharacteristic Riscom coming in. Stormy, oh my god, look at the damage. The deadly magic of Rosa. Still takes the kill. Black was down defensively. Young's going to be caught as well. He's going to be taken down despite going for the Tsunami Slam. Aurora Gaming. They've taken 4 members of Selangor Red Giants out, and they are knocking on the base. It's nothing but innocent left, and it's time to put the beast down. They're going to make it. Aurora Gaming are trying to finish this. Immortality does pop. Innocent still trying to hold it off. Immortality pops for Innocent. Aurora Gaming just need a lock on the base, and game number 1 is finished. The item builds. Cram, though, they do. Consecration comes out. Cram uses the flicker as well, but they're trying to. Item builds. Cram. Or the split. And again, for Selangor Red Giants, after that fight, they know what to do. They need to split them up. And look at Skies already. A 4 HP on the board. TNT flickers back with the trick. Big stun comes in on the mobile members. What? SRT and TNT steals the Lord right out of their fingers. Siggy Boom gets the kill as well as Aurora Gaming collapse. Skies able to trace this away. Lunar goes in and Rosa picks up the kill. The Thorn Queen is back. Looking for. They're not as technical as think they
little unorthodox. You look at this draft, you see the top 4 teams drafting this way. Even Trek said a Harley top 8.
Yup, I think it's more technical because of it. And here's why. Because it's about spacing. It's about making sure that you stick your foot out and you whiff punish every single time. And that's what Cram did. Think of Cram as the scouting leg. Once they took out that lead leg, they went straight in for the knockout punch.
Cram is the jab.
Exactly.
Cram is the hard jab.
It's the hard jab. And that's why this game is all about footsies. Same goes for when you see Innocent trying to go for the last insanity. Yes, he has to do it to clear waves, but at the same time, he's trying to probe a reaction.
Does this then beg the question of, was there too much pressure on the haymaker? Was the Yi Sun Shin way too pressured here with the lineups that were built, with the lineups that were fielded? The guys had a respectable KDA. He did the most out of it, but you saw that once he goes down, SRG barely had anything left in the tank.
I would agree with that, but because of Rose, it became really easy to whiff punish. Oh no, Cram is 1 unit ahead of everybody else. I'm gonna just beam him down slowly. Same goes for CC. They had a lot of different ways to start poking out their opponents, which is why it felt like for the most part of the game, Turkey can just sit back, relax, and wait until they're too low, and once they start moving back, that's our time to take the space.
Yeah, I love how you're starting to mention heroes, because that's the reason why I want them to keep it simple. That's why if you too hard think about, oh, what did we do wrong in the draft? Cram is a little too open. Sekai became the boy later in the latter stages of the game. I think just keep it simple. Know that you play better like 90% of the time compared to Aurora Turkey, and then start there. That's how SRG equalizes, then maybe they can go on the front foot again once they get out of the ropes. Right now, I think they're still rope open.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think the rope-a-dope can only last for just so long, especially now that we have to consider, like, hey, if this game actually dragged out a little bit longer, will we still have these same results? And I think, honestly, no, it's still very much a 50-50 in the later stages of the game. So clearly, both compositions knew exactly what they wanted to do, but coming into game number 2, hopefully it's going to be a more streamlined plan, because this is the first time we're seeing Aurora Turkey taking advantage of Red Side to say, yes, we will set the tempo of the game.
Who knew that this is how we were going to start things off? Aurora in an emphatic victory, taking game number 1 against SRG, while SRG looking a little bit uncharacteristic. But it's time to say thank you to some of our friends. We got the real me. Well, oh, you got it.
I got the real me. Check out the AI insights from the Realme 15 Pro.
It has win rate predictions. You can analyze gold, items, everything in real time. It's like having a strategic coach in your pocket. Coach in your pocket, not strategic coach. That's the AI gaming coach for you. When the fight breaks out, its consecutive skills feature lets you unleash a perfect preset combo with just one tap. It got your strategy and elevates your execution. That's a full AI-powered edge. From prediction to performance, it's the complete package. Nay, the complete package. You play, we carry. Realme 15 Pro M7 official gaming phone.
I'll be taking that now.
You probably want to watch that before you put that in your pocket.